don't understand something. Like, I know when he was born, so to hear him up here talking,
I know,
it's really it's just a statement of your parenting skills as a mother. You know, single mom in the hood, in Newark. You know, I think she did a fine job. You know, man, Scott, I don't know your dad, but I think you at 25 years old, I think I don't think he could teach and inspire the way you just did me just now. And I must leave out of here with a copy of that book.
Oh yeah, that's yours.
Oh, yeah, that's
Will you please sign it for me too?
Done.
Okay, you know, like most inner city kids, I had a very turbulent child life. You know, a lot of, you know, just weird types of situations, a lot of trouble, a lot of drugs, just a lot of, you know, wrong place, wrong time situation. I was not a thug. I was not a thug. Anybody that knew me, growing up with me, know that Mike was I was the soft kid on the block. You know, my mom was a thug in the household, so I was in awe and a huge fear of her. So I kind of like, I found sneaky ways to do what I wanted to do. I was blatancy wasn't allowed in my household. But you know, so around 22 years old, I decided I wanted to get my life together. You know, my mom didn't deserve what I was putting her through, so I tried to, you know, get it together. I went to a program, you know, saying got off the drugs, and got a job, went to school, was working at Pfizer, I was going to BMCC downtown, and I got inspired by a video Janet Jackson put out this project called Rhythm Nation. I don't know if you guys know about it, but you know, I was always a dancer, always like kind of like in the club, at the party. You know, that was my thing. That was my way of being cool, because I had a huge need to fit in and be accepted. So dancing and drug usage was my way of showing, look, I'm down. You know, so you know, so I always knew the day just dancing. I was at the party. So when I saw the Janet Jackson video, something clicked in my head that, wait a minute, I could earn a living at party and dancing. You know what I'm saying? And I quit school, I quit my job, and I would sit in the house for hours. I had an apartment up in the Bronx, roommates, and I would sit in there for hours and just watch the Rhythm Nation videos and study the dance steps, and that's how I learned to do choreography. I learned how to catch choreography from watching Janet Jackson videos, but it was weird because, you know, you work your TV and you got to do everything the other way, because in case you get to see, you don't want to be like, you know, like this, but you going like this, everybody going, so you got to do everything opposite of what you're watching on TV. So, you know, I just, you know, things got really tight. I got homeless for a minute. And when I say homeless, it wasn't that I had nowhere to go. I just did not want to hear my mother's mouth. So I just kind of like did my own thing. And I bumped around, you know, I was crashing your couches, you know, whatever. You know, leave my stuff all over the place. I just didn't care. I just knew I wanted to dance. At that time of me searching to become a dancer, you know, on my 25th birthday, I decided to go out with some friends against my better judgment. My gut told me to stay my butt in the house, but I went out anyway to go have drinks, and a few drinks turned into me getting drunk. And I was in a bar in Queens, and, you know, I was out of character, you know what I'm saying? I had that liquid courage, you know, and, you know what I'm saying? And I forgot that I'm not that dude, you know? And I ran my mouth, and I got what I got, you know what I'm saying? Zig when I should have zagged, and I got this, and I got this. This stops at my jugular, you know? So, you know, I had this, and within like a month of me getting cut, I got caught. Before this, I had a Grand Theft Auto charge, then I got this, and I got another charge after this. So I was spiraling out of control really quick. So I was like, oh, been down this road again. This is how it was before. You know, I don't know. It's just like I just decided that I was not gonna let this scar beat me. And you know, I went through a series of things. I cut the hair off. You know, I went bald, and I lied to everybody. I told no one what had happened. My first lie was I was in a car crash, and I hit the windshield. And the second lie was that I found that I'm from the same tribe as Seal, and these are my tribal markings. That's serious. I would tell people about it. Anything but I got jumped in a barroom brawl in Queens, you know what I mean? So I did that, and then boom, the whole thing of you know, I went from just, you know, being the bald-headed kid, which was 1,000 of us running around the city that time because the bald head was in. Then I went to becoming the bald-headed kid with the scar on his face, you know. I remember This young lady and her partner, if you nobody know Twinkie, Tracy Bird, Tracy had heard that this guy was running around town and wanted to get into business. He had a really unique look. And she met me. I met with Tracy first, Twinkie first, and she cast me in a music video with Mickey Howard. Right, that was my first video I did post my scar. And they took me in and they nurtured me. They told me how to conduct myself in audition, how my package should look like, what's a headshot, what that should look like, you know, everything, the basic kit of how to conduct yourself as a young person in this business is what they taught me. And the same things what she's giving you now is what they gave me a few years ago. You know, it's just but you know, it doesn't change. You don't fix what's not broken. And I listened. I learned to take the cotton out my ears and put it in my mouth. You know, I would go on the set. They told me things like, don't sit in the extras waiting room, running your mouth and playing spades. I was the spook that sat by the door. I would go and peek on the set. I learned what cut meant. I learned what action meant. I learned what back to one meant. I learned all of that from just listening and watching. Just watching. You know, and seeing how people would conduct themselves. You know, how they had to pace themselves. Everything from how to stay away from the craft service table to you name it. How to be fresh when you be in that room for hours. When they say, okay, we want you, you better. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I learned all of that from just watching and listening, and you know, and being on time, being prepared. The basics, you know, they work. The basics really work. You know, trust me. You know, it's not brain surgery. Just to be consistent. Be prepared and be on time, and those three things will get you far in life no matter what you're doing. It's not just this business, it's really just basic math. You know, I'm nobody's brain surgeon. I'm by far not the sharpest knife in the drawer. I just learned how to listen really well, and that got me very far in life. Not just
the day